Can you believe that thing just did that? Ah! Hold your horses here. Ugh. I'm hoping it all goes well. What the fuck? Oh, maybe now? Just trying to reposition. I just knocked the stupid thing off. There we go. Okay, let me get my foot off the brake. Yeah, buddy. Got a blood moon coming up. That's kind of weird. So, anyways, I just did a live stream on Instagram. I'm allowed on Instagram again. They had blocked me for like a week and a half or 2 weeks or whatever it was. They didn't like me for a while. So, anyhow, my video didn't upload today. I don't know why it didn't upload today, other than my internet is so god awful slow the last few days. I am an asshole, the resident asshole that calls me all the time. I forgot I had to block him. So I had to quick block the idiot before I did this. So anyway, I'm not going to be able to read the comments on here. Oh, excuse me. I'm not going to be able to read the comments on here because I just can't bail and read and talk and, do this all in one. So, yeah. So there you go. Anyway, yeah. So I guess this live stream is to let you all know that I am actually baling hay. Baling at a pretty phenomenal rate. And, it's just going pretty well. It's actually going pretty well. I'm moving at 9 miles an hour in dry hay, and it's only about 2/3 of what it should be. I think I said that earlier. But, hey, it is what it is. You got to get what you got to get when you can get it. And, you know, this is what I've been reduced to, actually bailing at night in the frozen tundra. I had 3 mowers going today. I mowed pretty much all day. Timothy just got done mowing. My father, he had to quit mowing a couple of hours ago when the fan belt blew on that case windrower. So I thought I had one hanging on the. I think I do have one hanging someplace. If I don't, I just overnighted one. It'll be here not tomorrow, but the next day because I called in too late for that. So yeah, we do have rain gonna move in tomorrow night, from what I understand. So tomorrow night is gonna be a rain day, and so tomorrow is gonna be a bale and mow day. I'm actually gonna send Joseph over here tomorrow morning to finish this particular farm up, or this particular area up, and I'm gonna send Timothy down to the place where my dad blew up that freaking fan belt. And if that's the case, then I should be able to get that done, which will be another 150 or so bales, another 150 to 200 bales off of there, which, it might even be more. My father said it was pretty damn thick. So, but anyhow, that's the case. That's what we're up to. And baling in the winter is always costly as far as the amount of material that you get. It's kind of sad, but whatever. I'm not going to go bankrupt if that's what anybody's been thinking. I know a lot of people think that I'm going to go bankrupt if I don't get this hay made. Well, that's not the case. I'm not going to go bankrupt. If I don't make one more bale of old hay, I'm still not going to go bankrupt. It's not going to happen. I'm not that I'm not in that big a dire straits. I've made 9,000 bales. You know, it would still suck that $120,000 worth of hay is still out there. But whatever. I'll make 2,000 more bales, hopefully. I'm hoping for 2,000 more bales. Hoping. If I don't, well, oh well. If I do, woohoo! So that's just the way that's going to work. Yeah. So, anyways, this morning's video really wasn't anything special. It was a 360 video in 360. I know a lot of guys were complaining that the 360 didn't work, and it didn't work. But the camera was actually rotating, like due northeast. It was to the northeast, or it was staying stationary as I went. So I spared nothing. Ugh. But I might just abandon that video altogether and go ahead and just post today's work tomorrow morning if I can get all my ducks in a row here. So I'm gonna end up where I want to be. I'm actually quite surprised. I made 24 bales. Right? No, I made how many bales I make? Yeah, I almost made 24 bales in this little snippet, which I never make that many bales here, and I'm not done yet. So yeah, 20, 24 bales, 23 bales. And which is pretty good for this little piece. I'll end up with 25 bales, and I never make that many bales here. Usually this field only produces 14 or 15. So I guess I'm actually going to be ahead of the curve here. The curve. There it is. And the windrows actually aren't too bad. But I'm going to see now what we got here. I'm going to answer a couple of questions. So, hi, Wes. That's not a question. Oh, somebody sent me a super chat. Who sent me the super chat? Hold on here. Travis Peters. Good luck tonight. Well, thanks, Travis. I appreciate that. You still bailing this late in the season? Yes. Yes, I am. Here, I'll prove it to you. There it is. In front of an 8530. There's a Crone computer just plugging away. And there are the bales out in the night. In the night. Well, there's no plans for the 4450. It's could probably go for an overhaul on the interior kit, but other than that, nothing wrong with that tractor. Fires up and runs. Timothy uses it a lot. I don't use it so much. Not that I don't like it. It's just I don't use it as much because I don't do the tasks that it performs. Timothy likes to use it on things. I will be using it on the corn planter this year, so I guess I will be using it. I like the 4450 for planting corn. I think it's a excellent choice for planter tractors. And yeah, hey, wait a minute. Is that Mr. Fazio? That is Mr. Fazio. Best wishes for you and yours from the Philippines. Hey, Michael Fazio. Yep, from the Philippines, baby. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. So, anyways, Mr. Michael Fazio, I will be entering the Philippines in March. So, yeah, I think we'll get together then, or somewhere's in between then or in there. I did get your email, so I do know the date that we will be able to meet up, and yes, it will work out quite well. But yeah, I was going to ask you how your foot is doing. I haven't seen a Patreon post in a while, and I was just wondering if it had healed up. That was kind of, on my mind for some reason, and I hope it's healing well. I know the last type of medication that you put on there looked like it was doing a really good job. Let's see what else we got here. It's not below zero now, I don't think. I mean, it's not below zero right now. Repeat, what kind of belt? I have a box of new belts from various lengths and profiles. The belt that I need is a serpentine belt, and it is a special one for that particular machine, and I can't get it from anywhere but there. How's the wife and baby? Wife and baby are doing just fine. They were out and rode around with me in the mower today for a little while. Still slow, huh? Getting that, man, that's amazing. That must have been some wicked staph infection in that thing. I mean, it looked like it was a flesh-eating virus or something, but I thought by now, after what, you got to be going on 6 months. You got to be going on 6 months with that thing. When do I sleep? At night. I sleep at night when I get home. There's a lot of people that ask me that very question. Do you ever sleep? And I guess the answer to that is yes, I do. I do sleep. I sleep at night. When I get home at night, I go to sleep. I don't take naps during the day. I just get up and work. Get up and work. Timmy Beasley. I don't know who Timmy Beasley is, but hi. Uh, uh, uh. Northeast Missouri, 9 degrees Fahrenheit today, 42 Fahrenheit, blah, blah, blah. It's supposed to warm up. We're supposed to warm up tomorrow, which is going to kind of suck, but uh, that's okay. I'll roll with the punches. I'll do maintenance on my equipment in between there. And I do have to say this. Since I fixed, oh, Minnesota Oliver and Deer, hello. I'm sorry I didn't answer you the first time. I thought about it in my mind, but anyway, yeah, the Nodders work perfectly. They're working perfectly. So life is good. It only cost me about $1,200 to replace the knife arms. I think that's about what they were. There's six of them at 190 bucks a piece, so somewhere around 1,200 bucks. Uh, that is a new knife, a new shaft, a new ball, and a new arm. That's what the knife arm assembly is. And let me tell you something. I would rather spend $1,200 on those parts than I would getting in and out of this tractor 25 freaking times a day, because that sucks. It sucks the wind out of you. It eats your bail average. It just really is flat out annoying. So I'll take the $1,200 knife arm bill a uh, over getting in and out of the tractor 25 times a day. So yeah, I know I had a guy. I know I had a guy complaining about that. He's like, "Oh, I just sharpen my knives and go back at it." That's okay. I have work to do. I mean, I don't have time to be getting in and out, fucking around with knives and fucking around with knife arms and doing all that other happy horse shit. But you know what? I just want to bale hay. I want to be done. I wanted to be done in October, early November. But as you may or may not know, I don't think I made a bale in November. I certainly know I didn't make one in December because, well, did I make a bale in November? I did. I made some in November. It had frozen up. December, I did make just a few early December, but after that, nothing. And now that it's January, I've had 2 months of time for this hay to just start to rot, which is annoying. But yeah, I'm thrilled that I'm able to do this job now. Just makes me happy. What's that? Yeah, well, like today, I haven't gotten out of this tractor at all. Maybe I got out I was having problems with the blower blowing off material. So I got out and I cleaned that. I did that 2 or 3 times, but for the most part, I haven't touched well, I had to rethread a needle, a knot. The fuck was that? Oh, I broke through the ice. Holy shit, that was weird. Huh. A tractor broke through the ice and it felt like I lost a wheel. Weird. Anyway, that was weird. You ever bail in the ice? How many people have bailed in the frozen snow out there? Just leave a comment in there. How many people have bailed? I just want to hear a yes or a no. I've bailed in the snow and ice before. Lots of times, actually. So what do we got here? Hello, yes, no, and yes. So Greg Fuller, he's bailed in the ice and snow. When are you going down to the Carolinas? Well, I'm not going down there until June. Hell no. I know a lot of people have said that they put their baler away and that's it. They don't care what happens, but I still got bills to pay. Yeah, when did I buy the 4450? 1990, 1999. This is actually pretty dry, but this baler will bale 50% moisture hay without any issues. Corn stalks, a 17-year-old hay farmer in Northern Virginia. Can I come visit? Would really like to meet and learn from you. Yeah, you can come visit, but a visit's a visit. I'm not putting you in a tractor. I'm not going to have you working. I'm not, that's it. You want to come visit? I'm okay with that. But there's limitations to a visit. A visit's a visit, not a working visit. It's not going to happen. My insurance will not allow it. And usually, if somebody comes to visit, I'll give you an hour. Any more than an hour, it's a any more. My time is quite valuable to me. And of course, meeting fans is cool, but any more than an hour, but I like to talk, so that's probably wrong. There's a canoe in this field, just sitting there. But yeah, I mean, I like to talk, but I do have work that needs to get done. Unless if it's dead of winter and all I'm doing is working on a tractor or something, then you can visit for longer. But in the summertime, that's next to impossible. Stony Ridge Farmer, he stopped by here, and I spent pretty much the whole afternoon with him and his wife, and they were awesome. But it was raining, and there was really nothing more that I could do other than just enjoy the visit from the Stony Ridge Farmer, which he has passed me now in subscribers. He's doing a good job, doing a really good job. A lot of people pass me nowadays, and that's fine. I'm okay with it. I'm perfectly fine with it. It doesn't bother me in the least. Uh, you know, what kind of gets me is when somebody tries to compare me to one of those other channels and ask me why I'm not like certain ones. And the other day, I was on the Millennial Farmers channel, and I was reading some stuff there. I think it was on the Instagram post, and a lot of people ask me why I don't do things the way the Millennial Farmer does things. Well, I am not Zach, the Millennial Farmer. I'm Wesley, the one lonely farmer. That was my channel. That's always been my channel. I do things my way. Zach does things his way. And I was reading some of the comments, and one of the commenters said that I was really being, down or dinging or making digs on Zach, which is not true. I don't make digs on anybody. I certainly don't make digs on Zach. The only digs that I'll make is on people that make digs on me. And that generally is pretty well narrowed down to one person across the river. And yeah, not the Mississippi River, the Delaware River. And not even the Susquehanna River after that. But in between the Susquehanna and the Delaware River, there is an individual that likes to make and poke fun at me and dig at me. So I dig back, and it's okay. I'm not going to complain about that. But as far as the Millennial Farmer and I'd actually like to call Zach on the phone and have a nice conversation with him because he's smarter than I am. He has some tech savvy that is uncanny, and he's really knows that side of the business. I think he's a little bit too far into the technology side of it, but the technology side of the profitability versus technology, you can go broke buying technology. But I like Zach. I think he's a nice guy, and yeah, I would really actually like to talk to him on the phone and and pick his brain about some things and what his thoughts and opinions are on grain farming and you know where its future is and stuff like that. But that's just me. I'm not digging on Zach. I'm not jealous of Zach. I'm not jealous of anybody at all. I have no reason to be jealous of anybody. I got my hands full right here. And what do I need to worry about what everybody else is doing? Uh, but yeah, I would like Zach to make some more videos though, because he's entertaining, you know. And as for how farms works, I like those guys too. As a matter of fact, anybody who's watched my channel, I've been to their place. They have, you know, they have the farm day once a year, and it's awesome. It's just awesome. I liked it. I like them. I like what they do. I like their family. I like their farm. I like everything about it. You know, nothing bothers me about them. My mouth does run from time to time, and I might get caught up saying something that maybe I shouldn't say, but I say it anyway because I just don't give a shit. So, but anyway, there you go. Now I'm going to go ahead and read that comment. That was a Timmy Cornpicker comment. My cut, 2 rocks and a stick. Unless you're looking for water, then you need 2 rods. You know, then you'd be okay there, Timmy. That's good technology too. Do you plan on buying your next tractor overseas? Yes, me and Teresa are actually talking about that. Uh, if this year goes over well with the straw contracts, we'll make a new contract for the next year. I have every intention of buying 2 more balers to take up the slack from the rest of it. And then from there, obviously, I'm going to need to buy 3 more tractors, possibly 3, definitely 2, definitely 2. But in order to run the stack wagons, because it'll be another stack wagon, it'll be 2 balers and another stack wagon to keep up. And we'll be in the custom baling business, and that's okay with me, because all I care about is paying my bills, and paying my bills is what I want to do. And if that takes me custom baling straw for 6 weeks out of the summer, and then you know, coming home and baling mulch hay like I do every day. And why did my son miss 4 windrows here? Fucker. Ay, ay, ay. That means I got to go back and forth 50,000 times. So that's what I'm going to do. Bring me a rice combine back from the Philippines. They sell 2 types of combines there in the Philippines, and one of them is a Kubota, and the other one is I don't know if it's a Coyote or whatever, but it's a Chinese model. And to be honest with you, the Chinese combine looks like it's of good quality, and they actually sell quite a few of those. So, from what I understand, it's now 7 months. Sent you a private mail update. Not sure how it is doing at this point. Waiting on a response from a surgeon, and that's advising me on this doctors here suck. Okay. Yeah, you may need to come back to the United States for a while and get that thing straightened out. Um, yeah, because that's getting pretty serious. You know, with all that crowd flesh on there for so long, and the skin dying and regenerating and dying and regenerating, that could actually cause cancerous cells. And I don't want to scare you or anything, but you know, I dealt with cancer with my sister, and a lot of the stuff that I learned about cancer is from, like, if you chew the inside of your mouth, your cells constantly regenerate that skin on the inside of your mouth. And I used to have that habit, and my dentist actually told me, listen, don't do that because your cells can only regenerate so many times before you get a mutant one, and then you could end up with cancer. So, yeah, I would definitely possibly book a flight back to the United States. And the first place that I would go is, what is it, St. Mary's in New York City, and have one of those doctors look at your foot and get that get that under control because that's kind of scary. You're not a spring chicken anymore, Mr. Fazio. You're not a spring chicken. I know we don't want to get old, but it's an inevitable thing. We're going to get old. And like I tell everybody, what is that, Shel Silverstein? You're still going to die. Right? It's just the way it is. Da-da-da. Okay, so if I buy another John Deere tractor from overseas in, say, England or Ireland or Scotland, one of the three places there, that's where I'd be looking. Uh, I'm going to stick with the 30 series, this 30 series tractor, and most likely they will be 8,000 series tractors um, to run those balers. So if I buy another, if this works out, and I buy two more balers, I will buy two 8,000 series tractors, whether they're the 8530, 8430, those two, one of those two. I'm going to look for them. If I am not able to get an 8530, then I will get an 83, what is it, 8345R. That's what I would be looking at. That's comparable to what I'm running right now. And yeah, that's what I would definitely be looking at an R series. Teresa is looking into another 7530. She likes the 7530. I told her I would buy her a 6220R, 6215, or I think the 6220R is now what they're producing. So yeah, that's what I'd be buying for her. But she says no. I want a 75. I want another 7530. So the boss lady says she wants a 7530. I can pick those up pretty reasonable in England still. England, Scotland, Ireland, they're around. And yeah, I'll just buy a 74, 7530 premium. And that's what I'll be using to run stack wagons with. So it all depends on what the straw market is. A straw is. They're looking to be baling a lot of straw, so I'm just looking to take over that entire contract. That's my goal. If it can be baled, I want to be the guy baling it. You know, there's better things that those guys can be doing. Uh, Rather than running tractors, they can be covering, tarping, and doing other things and finding more straw to bale. And I'll just come down there like a whirlwind and bale it on up. It's just my job. I know guys that are chomping at the bit for work, and I'll hire part-time labor at 6-week runs, and you'll run for 6 weeks. You sign a contract. If you don't run for the full 6 weeks, you take a cut and pay of half of what you would be paid if you breach the contract. So that's just the way it's going to be. But yeah, let me see. Minnesota Oliver and Deere is trying to talk to me here. All right. Riley Lang. I don't know who that is. Hire you. I probably will be using YouTube as a place to hire people, but I will be screening as long as there ain't no redneck retribution. Redneck retribution will be met with a 44 Magnum. You try to do some shit to me, you're gonna get a fucking bullet in your head. I don't play games. The tractors will be pulled up next to the campers at night, and when they're not running, of course, the stack wagon will be running 24/7. But yeah, redneck retribution. If you think that you're gonna fuck with a northern boy, you may find out that the northern boy is packing. So just so you know, I don't fuck around. I have guns and I use them. I know how to use them, and I'm not afraid to use them. That's another thing. You know, a lot of people can carry a gun, but nobody really wants to use them on another human being. I understand that. But let me tell you, I'm not afraid. I'm kind of heartless when it comes to that. So, anyway, if you're watching this channel and you think you're going to fuck with my shit while I'm down there, I'll shoot you. There you go. Just shoot them. Well, the 7410 is not making its way down to North Carolina or South Carolina. It's just not. That isn't. That tractor is staying on the farm to load Carl while I'm away. Yeah, well, there you go. I got a 357 Magnum or even a 45. I could probably take the 45. Got good follow-up shots, and magazines are plentiful. You know, hollow point ammunition. That's always good. So, you know, man stoppers. That's what they call those, man stoppers. But yeah, I just don't. I don't want to go there looking for trouble. I'm not looking for trouble. I want to go there and I want to work. You know, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're coming into our territory." I'm not going into anybody's territory. The one thing I do know about some of those, not everyone down there, is that they're very laid back, leisurely. Like, oh, we got to bale straw today? Yeah, we're gonna bale straw today. Oh, okay. Uh, what time do you want to start baling straw today? Oh, I don't know. What time do you want to start baling straw today? I'm not like that. I wake up in the morning, I kick the kids in the ass, the help in the ass. Let's go get in these tractors, get them greased up, fueled up, twined up, and let's get baling straw. None of this, uh, okay, I think I'm going to bale straw today. That shit, that don't work for me. And I'm not making fun of people. That's just what I observe. You know, I observed some of this stuff, and I've been around a while. And I'm not saying everybody's like that. I'm just saying there are people like that. And that's not me. I'm a hustler. I'm a go getter. Like somebody asked me earlier, when do you sleep? Well, I sleep when I sleep, but you know, I guess it seems like I work constantly, and I do. I'm not down at the bar. Oh, fuck. See? That son of a bitch, that needs to be fixed before I go down there. 8120 is going down, yes. Come on, reboot. Yeah, well, the Heston is a far cry from a Crone. It would handle that just fine. Yep, but it's not going to handle that Crone. And besides, I'm not putting a 25-year-old tractor. I'm not putting a 25-year-old tractor on a baler. It's too unreliable. I'm actually thinking of refreshing that engine. Oh, I let the cat out of the bag. I'm thinking of. I might as well tell you. I already said it. I'm going to refresh the engine in the 4960 for the 2019 season. Transmission's good, you know, but it has. I've never overhauled the engine. That engine's got somewhere around 8,000 hours on it. They're not easy hours. Whatever happened over in Europe, it was a German tractor. Who knows what they did in Germany? I don't. So I figured it'd probably be a pretty good idea to go ahead and refresh that 466 John Deere engine. I know, it gets to a point where is the tractor worth doing all this work to it? And I would have to say yes. That engine overhaul, the turbo is new, the injector pump is new, so those are the big hurdles. The water pump, I'm going to rebuild that. I may have rebuilt that. I don't remember, but I'm going to pull that motor apart, see what's in there, and put new pistons, liners, and bearings, mains, and rods. The adjust the adjust the valves. They need to be adjusted anyway. So I'll adjust those valves and do all that work, and yeah, voila. I'll have a fresh engine in my 4960, along with a fresh transmission and everything else that needs to be done. Yeah. So yeah, and I think it'll work out okay. Let's see if we can get the cops out of the police station. Last year they came out. I think it was last year. Might have been a year before. The cop comes out and kicked the bale, and then he leaned up against the bale because he's like, "Oh my God, the thing is solid." He kicked it harder than he should have. But yeah, so there you go. Anyway, I've been yammering on for too freaking long. So I guess I'm just going to let everybody go. Keep my eyes on this. I'm kind of bored out here in the field, baling hay in the dark. Not even so much as a nodder issue. Nothing. Nothing. Not a zippo zilch. Everything's working perfectly like it should. So, but anyway, I guess that's that. So thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe for more. That's